Alright y'all, it's been some time now. I think it's been about a week since I made a video, and the reason for that is we are also working on our own film right now, and I do want to talk more about that. But if you want to support us, that's going to be in the other channel, so go check us out over there. We're going to be talking more about the film and everything we're doing. We're making our own horror film. We've already talked about this before, but before we get into that, let's talk about some horror news. It's been some time, and we got a lot of news, and I want to talk about two big news today, and that of course is Talk to Me being a major box office success, which I'm happy to see. Like I said, caught this back at Sundance, and I feel like that one guy who's always telling you, I saw this first, I saw this first. I'm not trying to be like that, y'all, but I'm just saying it is great to see a film that you had so much, like, when I saw this at Sundance, I was like, this film is going to be special, it's going to go places, and seeing that now happen, it just feels good, you know, that you were watching this film when it first got premiered here in North America, and you're just like, this movie's going to be insane when it comes out, and to see everybody enjoying it for the most part, whether you liked it or not, that's totally fine. I do see some people that didn't like it, and I understand the criticisms, but I myself, I loved it, so I was happy to see it do good and the positive reaction it's been getting. But now apparently there just might be a sequel prequel on the way, according to Michael and Danny Philippou, the directors behind Talk to Me. So let's read a little bit about what they said during a sit down. During a sit down with the Hollywood Reporter, the directors behind Talk to Me were talking about what is exactly a prequel look like here. Michael and Danny Philippou went on to say this. Danny Philippou explains, we actually did shoot an entire Ducket prequel already. It's told entirely through the perspective of mobile phones and social media. So maybe down the line we can release that. But also while writing the film, they say, you can't help but write scenes for a second film. So there's so many scenes, the mythology was so thick, and yeah, if A24 gave us the opportunity, we wouldn't be able to resist. I feel like we've jumped at it. We see Michael adding this. We have a lot of original stories that we want to tell, but the Talk to Me stuff is exciting to us too. So the idea of a sequel wouldn't be opposed to it. So apparently there is some validity there to maybe getting a sequel or prequel to Talk to Me, as they are saying we already have a prequel that they've made, which we could probably see maybe later down the road in the special features to the Talk to Me Blu-ray, if that does come, A24. Y'all should put it. But they are indeed right. I think that there is so much mythology there to definitely be explored. But at the same time, in my honest opinion, and you know, they don't have to listen to me. I'm just some person on the internet talking about horror movies and all of that. But I feel like we just got something special with Talk to Me. And I feel like if you try to really like break down the hand a little bit more, it just might not work. We've seen it be done with other things in horror where they really try to break down the mythos. And that mythos was what made that horror movie very special in the first place. So I feel the idea of going in and breaking that down just to get more content, all of that, it never really goes good. Like, there might be an off chance that, yeah, Talk to Me, the sequel, might just be even better than Talk to Me and all of that. And I think that the fever is there because people really did resonate and like this horror movie, especially compared to a lot of things we're getting. But at the same time, I just feel that mythos was what made this movie so good, that we didn't know where this hand came from, who's used it before, why is it like working the way it works, and what exactly can be done to stop it, you know? That made it much more terrifying. That made it much more alluring. So I just don't think going deeper into that and trying to uncover the secrets and all of that would be the way to go. But I may be wrong. It might just be the best idea ever. But let me know what you think about this in a sequel to Talk to Me. Would that be something you want to watch? Now, the prequel, since they shot this with the movie and everything, I feel could definitely be put in there and blended in, and it would make a lot of sense. But the sequel, I just don't know. I'm just not feeling it. But if they can do it right, if A24 can do it right with them, I'm all here for it. And I'll be talking about it as well whenever it premieres. So let's talk about the other news I want to talk about. And that's Scream 7, y'all. Scream 7, we finally have some news for Scream 7. We've all been waiting and anticipating ever since Scream 6. And I'll always be a Scream fan. I'll always go see those movies. Ever since I saw the first movie in theaters, which was Scream 4, that was when I was able to go see a Scream movie in theaters for the first time. I've just been always like, yeah, I love these movies and I'll always see them theatrically. Now, of course, became fan of the Scream franchise when I was a lot younger, when I first watched the first Scream movie on AMC. Remember AMC? I don't know if they still do or don't, because I don't have cable anymore. Would do those like Halloween like marathons where it would just be horror movie after horror movie after horror movie. that's pretty much how I became a horror fan, because when I was like in, I would say like 6th grade or whatever, 5th grade, you know, you're just channel surfing, whatever. And I just came across the first Scream movie, and I was just like, what? Like, I gotta watch this. What is going on here? And it was during that time when they had all these marathons. So I became like very much so like in love with horror movies at that age and at that time. That's the power of AMC networks, right? But yeah, I was very much so a big fan of Scream since then. And then when Scream 4 got announced, I was like in high school and everything. And I was like, I gotta go see this movie in theaters because I love the first 3. They're making a 4th one. Let's go see this movie. So very much so been a fan ever since I can remember. But now Scream 7 being announced is something that I'm excited to see where it goes. Crazy to think, right? I don't know if anybody ever thought after Scream 3 came out and they pretty much said that was it, that we would be at 7 right now, but here we are. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, let me know what you think. But Scream 7 has been announced and a director has been attached. Radio Silence, who did the first 2 films, Scream 5 and Scream 6, are not coming back to this project, whether that's because they're busy with Universal and their next film that actually is going to have Melissa Barrera as well, or they're just moving on to other things. They are still sort of being producers and probably will have some hands in the pudding, but they will not be directing the film, as that is going to Christopher Landon, who is the director of movies such as Freaky and Happy Death Day, which are 2 movies I consider great horror movies, honestly. I think that Christopher Landon has this very unique approach when it comes to horror, where it feels a little bit more, I wouldn't want to say lighthearted, but it feels a little bit more fun. Like, it's having fun, it's doing its funny thing, comedy and all of that. Very much so good, mixed, and all of that. I remember going to see Happy Death Day in theaters, completely blown away. Loved it from beginning to end. Loved the sequel, and Freaky as well. It was just so good. So I'm excited to see a new voice, a different take than Radio Silence on this whole movie here. Now, Radio Silence, of course, Ready or Not, they have some VHS also compilations. I do think that they were a great way to like kickstart the Scream franchise, but I always said, and I kept saying it's in Scream 6, we need new voices, we need new looks and approaches. So I'm excited to see somebody like Christopher Landon coming here, and I would definitely be open to the idea if they want to continue Scream, just have different directors for each movie. Just give it their own unique taste and feel to it. And I think that you can definitely build something great right there. So Paramount, if you're listening, let's talk. I got some ideas for you. But all kidding aside, I am excited about Christopher Landon coming to the Scream franchise. Now, of course, with the strikes and everything going on, we don't know for sure who is coming back from the actors, who is writing and all of this, as the WGA and SAG are currently under strike. So we won't know any of those details probably until those strikes do conclude. But for now, we do know that the director will be Christopher Landon, and I can definitely guarantee that we will get a very different approach than what we've been getting from the Scream franchises before. So I'm definitely open to this idea. I'm in love with this idea of Christopher Landon coming to direct Scream 7, and I can't wait to hear more. But overall, I just want to talk about those 2 big horror news. Like I said, we are doing our own horror movie. That was why I was kind of absent for a whole week, because, you know, you're trying to get all of that happening. And I was just trying to make sure that the channel was still going to go on as well. So I was trying to like get all of these things going. No worries, we're going to work on the horror film. We're still going to have the channel going. You might see some different hosts. You might see some different people and things like that, but it's still going to be okay. Cultural Elixir is going strong. We're going for that 50K right now. We're about to reach 28,000, which we will do the giveaway. And we will also be pushing ourselves to continue putting great content out for you. So don't believe that we're going to be abandoning or anything. We will be giving film updates here periodically, but for the most part, we'll be doing vlogs and film updates on the other channel, which I'll link below, where you can find all of our film stuff over there. Very excited to take you on this journey as we try to submit to festivals, get our film, all of that good stuff. So if you want to follow that journey, I would love if you do, and I will be over there on the other channel as well. Haven't uploaded anything yet, but we will have a big video over the weekend going more in depth about what that channel is going to look like, and I'll have an update video as well for you on this channel this weekend. So stay tuned for all those updates, and as always, that's going to do it for me. Let me know what you think about Scream 7. Let me know what you think also about the new Talk to Me ideas for a sequel, prequel in the comments below. And as always, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.